Today I'm going to do a review on this smart screen, and I'm currently sitting inside a 2008 Acura TSX 6-speed manual transmission. The car's not on right now just for audibility of the sound system. So I'm going to start off by saying this is a cheap product. Yes, it's like, under 40 bucks. Definitely not a US made product. The resolution isn't as great as the phone because our phones are basically portable TVs at this point. The screen is just a 7-inch smart screen TV, and you can do Android Play, Apple Car, whatever it's called, because I'm not an Apple person. And then you can also do mirror screening, which I'm doing right now. I also want to just state another huge benefit that I've seen from this is the device itself has a 10-band equalizer. The phone has its own, I want to say it's also like 8 to 10 bands. And then the TSX's sound system has only 2 frequencies you can toggle, which would be the bass and the treble. So I was really having a hard time hearing mids, voices, snare taps, stuff like that. So I must say that I've messed around with all 3 EQs and I'm completely satisfied right now, and that's why I'm making this review. I think it's important that I spoke about all that because I just want to make sure that anybody that buys this knows that this is a cheap product. It does a couple things that could be beneficial to an older car that doesn't have the smart devices. It has its quirks, right? Like connecting and mirroring between the phone and the screen may take a couple tries at the most. But overall, I've been very satisfied with a product that's $40, right? Also, when you're driving out in the daylight, this screen doesn't show up as great as our phone. Again, I can't expect that out of a $40 screen product, right? But I'm turning down the brightness here so you can kind of see the contrast between the phone brightness and resolution versus the screen. Again, reflectivity in here, so you gotta deal with it. All right, let's see if I can get some sounds, a good song in here. And again, like, I'm a big hip-hop guy, R&B, all that, but if I play any of those songs on here, I'm gonna get copyrighted, and this video audio might disappear, or YouTube might come and take away my car. Right? So anyway, here we go. Volume up. I advise at this point you put on at least a good pair of AirPods, something where you can hear the bass in the car. I'm recording straight from an iPhone 16, so I'm not sure how much bass it's gonna pick up, but to me, as a person that appreciates the depth of a bass without overbearing the mids and equally as loud as the highs, I've got it pretty well balanced at this point. So your headphones could make a difference between how you hear my sound system from your phone and your headphones. All right, here we go. This is at volume 25. Coming up to 30. And just to add to the video, I do have a Rockford powered amplifier with a bass knob. Sorry, I know I'm trying to speak over the music, sorry. We have 10 more notches to go on the volume. 35, still very clear, no distortion. All right, here we go to 40. All right, back to my review. One of my biggest issues with this device is that I don't have screen control to forward to the next video or skip an ad, because I love watching YouTube videos from my phone. I had it situated in a really good position earlier this year, and I could just tap the skip button or next all the time. But in this case, this smart screen, even though it is touchscreen with a lot of capabilities, again, let's go to the EQ so you can see this, like how many bands there are here. And by the way, I've notched all 4 basses down, and I'm using the bass straight from my phone's EQ. And for my TSX, I've got it down like by -2 notches from the middle spot. What else can I say? Hey, you know what? Okay, maybe you're wondering, how did I mount it? Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, so this device is removable. It's portable. You can play music out of the local speakers that are on it. But what I did is I created a bracket, and I used double stick 30-pound per square inch tape, and I created a bracket to hold the unit in place. Look guys, I'm not trying to enter competitions with my sound system, right? So this is getting me by, and it made my vehicle seem smarter. The way it sits in the deck does look almost, you know, very flush. The angles look great. And what I did in the back of this was I added a magnet and double stick taped that, and added a small strip of metal and double stuck it to the underside of that. And now when she leans, I've driven over bumps with this. I've done all kinds of shit. Excuse my language. And it's held up really well. So no need for any kind of brackets, shit hanging off your AC vents, all that. This shit is super sturdy. Like I've driven around with it all crazy style. I'm not on coilovers. I am on stock suspension, but I can tell you I've gone over some sizable bumps. I don't know what else I want to say about this. Oh, what did I talk about earlier? Oh yeah, so in order for me to really advance videos from the YouTube, I actually have to use my phone, and that's why I have it situated down here. It's away from the cops to see what I'm doing, and at least if I need to pay attention here, I know I'm in a safe environment, such as a stop sign or whatever, that I can reach down and press the next skip button or the next button, right? All right, I think this is long enough for you guys to hear. I'm gonna end this video with volume at 30, which I think is a comfortable. Here we go. We're at 15, timing, 20, 25, 30. If you made it this far to my video, I just want to share one more dad mod that I did today. I'm gonna call this a dad mod because, you know what, actual car enthusiasts might laugh at this stuff, but I'm just trying to modernize my vehicle to make it operational so that I know I can make quick decisions on the fly. If one of my tire PSIs happens to drop at a steady rate, at least I can monitor that daily. And I've got an alarm device and a monitoring device that now is Bluetooth connected to each one of my tires, and basically it's aftermarket TPMS sensors. This device you can put on your dash, and you can do solar powered, but I've owned one in the past and it failed because maybe the sun exposure here in Hawaii is too much. So I do run a power cord to it, and it does charge up. It turns off by itself when you leave the car, and when you come back to your car and close the door, it automatically wakes up. I'm gonna get a front view. So my tires are rated for 32 PSI, and you know, I pump my tires a week before I even put this device in, so I don't have it completely even right now. But it gives you the temperature of each tire, the PSI of each tire, and the power, and you can also change Fahrenheit and all that. Definitely not a US made device, I'll tell you that right now. So anyway, dad mods for the day, folks. This is Tiger Paws, and I'm out.